What's up, Bearded Bros? Bearded Maniac here with another NBA game pick video, and today it's possibly the world's largest pick video because where I am going away for the holidays, and I don't know if I'll have PS4 access or more specifically HDMI TV access for my PS4. I am doing picks up until I come back, which would be January the 3rd. So on the slate, we have 130 games to pick. Last week we had 53. We went 28 and 25, stayed above 500. Barely had some bad days, went 3 and 4 and 4 and 6 a couple of days. If that would have been the other way around, would have been better, but it wasn't. So I believe that brings us to 246 to 151 overall. We are getting so close to being 100 games above 500, which I hope we hit that soon, especially with 130 games coming up, because if I do this, get below 500 in this week, well, this span, let's say go 60 and 70, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt my percentage really badly because this is about 25% of the pick games that I have picked so far. Now, I'm projecting my ceiling to be 91 and 39, and my floor to be around 70, 60, maybe 68, 62. But I think I'm gonna get around 80, 50. Just because there's always upsets. Now, good thing about the schedule, though, is we don't have any games coming up on Christmas Eve, so that luckily gave me a couple days off. Now, this video is going to be longer than normal, so if you're watching this, it's probably going to be around 18 to 20 minutes, probably longer, just because I'm not going to rattle them off quickly like I did last week. I have more time available, and I'm not going to be able to post one for a few weeks, so I want to make this higher quality. So I'm going to try to talk a little bit about them. I don't want to talk too much. As you can see, I have an offer to put up threes together. You might be wondering who's in my garage with me on NBA 2K17. It is the one and only Trailblazer himself, Damian Lillard. And in honor of him, I have a lot of faith in his Trailblazers. This is going to... Oh, God, I didn't even catch the ball. That's awful. Okay, so first up, we have today, which this video might go up while some of the games have already started. That's because it's probably going to take 4 to 6 hours to upload. First, we have the Sun at Thunder. Not the Sunders. Don't know why I was thinking that. I'm picking the Thunder to win this one. I feel like Russell Westbrook is too good. Now, don't know why I'm mixing up my words so much. Then we have Pacers at Pistons. The Pacers are playing terrible this year, so I'm going Pistons. Then we have Hornets Hawks. I believe the Hawks rebounding will be the edge in this one. I think they'll out-rebound the Hornets by over 20. I'm doing absolute garbage right now. Then we have Lakers Cavs. Lakers are just too young and inexperienced to win this one, especially in Cleveland. And then we have Rockets going to the Timberwolves. I'm picking the Rockets to win this one on the road. James Harden has been the definition of on fire lately. I cannot pick against him even if I wanted to. We have the Knicks at Nuggets, two basement-dwelling teams who have more potential than they're playing as. You have Carmelo Porzingis against Mudiay, Jokic, and Gallinari. I don't think Gallinari matches up well against Carmelo Anthony, so I'm picking the Knicks to win this one. And then we have Trailblazers Warriors. Sorry, Lillard, but I'm picking the Warriors to beat the Trailblazers, as sad as it is. Now, that's the first day. Now, next, we have Celtics at Heat. I'm picking the Celtics here. Got to go with my boys. Then we have Clippers Wizards. Going with the Clippers here. They're one of the most dominant teams in the NBA right now, and the Wizards are terrible. We have the Kings Mavericks. Mavericks are one of the worst teams in the NBA, but I'm picking them because the Kings struggle on the road, and I'm thinking the Mavs might be able to steal one here. If not, then they're definitely not going to have a chance to climb back. Then we have the Jazz Grizzlies. The Jazz are a pretty good team this year, but I feel like the Grizzlies just hold home court too well at this point. And we have the Nets Sixers, picking the Sixers at home. They're facing a bad Nets team. Yeah, they're a bad team themselves, but I feel like they can hold home court. Then I'm picking the Raptors to take it against the Magic, and the Pelicans to lose to the Spurs in San Antonio, Because if there's one thing the Spurs don't do, and that's really lose at home that often. I don't feel like the Pelicans are complete enough to actually beat the Spurs. I mean, if the Pelicans were winning at home, I might give them the slight edge, but they don't, so I won't. Then next we have Wizards Pacers. I believe this is Monday. I'm picking the Pacers just because they're at home. Then we have Pistons Bulls. Picking the Bulls just because they're at home. Thunder Hawks. I'm picking the Thunder. They're at home too. This guy not letting me move back. Stop passing me the ball before I can move back, you little prick. You know what? I'm going to stop that shoot around shit. Okay. Then we have Suns Timberwolves. I'm picking the Timberwolves because they're at home. They have a good core. I don't think the Suns' big men can match up well against them. Then we have the Mavs Nuggets. Picking the Nuggets at home because they do got a very nice team. And the Mavs, like I said before, are terrible. So Monday I'm predicting a home sweep, even though I know an away team's going to win. I just don't know which one I'd pick. Then Tuesday we have a big day. We have 11 games. I'm picking the Celtics to beat the Grizzlies in Memphis, which is probably a terrible pick on my part because the Grizzlies have been so good so far this year. Then we have Pelicans Sixers. And they might have a lot of big men, but the 76ers don't have anyone that matches up well against Anthony Davis or Drew Holiday. We have Lakers Hornets. I'm picking the Hornets. They're at home. That's basically the only reason why. Then we have Nets Raptors. Picking the Raptors. They are one of the top teams in the East. Pacers Knicks. Picking the Knicks. They defend home court decently well against subpar teams. Then we have Magic Heat. I'm picking the Magic on the road because they're starting to get their chemistry together. And they got possibly the best grouping of big men in the league with Ibaka, Biyombo, Gordon, Vucevic. It's hard to steal a lot of rebounds against them, so I don't think the Heat have too much besides Hassan Whiteside to rattle the boards. And we have Cavs Bucks. I'm picking the Cavs to beat the Bucks in Milwaukee, which is funny because tomorrow, the day after this game, they actually play in Cleveland, the same teams. Then I'm picking the Spurs Rockets. I don't think the Spurs are a whole team yet. Popovich has had to get on them already time and time again. I'm thinking this is a Rockets game easy. Then we have Nuggets Clippers. I'm picking the Clippers here. And then we have Jazz Warriors. I'm picking the Warriors. And then we have Trailblazers Kings. And I'm picking the Trailblazers. Then Wednesday, like I said, we have Bucks going to Cleveland after facing the Cavs at home. It's a back-to-back, and they're facing the same team. If the Bucks somehow steal the first one, I do not think they are mature enough to adapt well enough to the Cavs facing a back-to-back to win, so I'm picking the Cavs. Then we have Timberwolves Hawks. I'm picking the Hawks because they're at home. Then we have Grizzlies Pistons. I'm picking the Pistons because they're at home. Then we have Wizards Bulls. Bulls have been disappointing lately, but I'll pick them at home against the Wizards. We have Thunder Pelicans. Now, I feel like Adams matches up okay against Davis, but Davis is going to go off in this game, but so is Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook's probably going to put up 30 shots in this game like he usually does, around mid-20s, 30s, or whatever. He's putting up more shots than anybody else, I think, in the league. So I think they edge out the Pelicans. We have Kings Jazz. Don't think the Kings have what it takes to take on the Jazz in Utah. We have the Rockets Suns. Don't think the Suns can keep up with the team as good as the Rockets. We have Mavericks Trailblazers. In honor of Lillard right here, I'm picking the Trailblazers. Mavericks are probably complete garbage. Then next we have Celtics Pacers. I'm picking the Celtics. Warriors Nets. Picking the Warriors. Magic Knicks. Picking the Magic here. They're one of my favorite young teams. Not because my character plays for them, but I think they're a solid young team. They're probably not playoff bound, but if they get another good piece for their backcourt, where they got rid of Oladipo, I think they'll seriously start contending for the lower seeds and they could pull off an upset. Then I'm picking the Heat against the Lakers in Miami because they're in Miami. And then I'm picking the Clippers to beat the Spurs in LA. Now that would mean that the Spurs are losing 2 in a row to the Rockets and Clippers. It kind of sucks that they have to face 2 of the top teams in the West back-to-back on the road. Not back-to-back days, but in back-to-back games. Next, on that Friday, we have the biggest slate of games yet in this 2.5 week span. We have Thunder in Boston visiting the Celtics. I'm picking the frickin' Thunder here as much as it hurts. They played too well against the Celtics last time. Thomas is coming off an injury. I don't know if they can keep up, no matter how good everyone else is doing. Then we have Bulls Hornets. I'm picking the Bulls to take it on the road. Then we have Lakers Magic. I'm taking the Magic at home. We got Nets Cavs. I'm picking the Cavs at home. Warriors Pistons. I'm picking the Warriors, obviously. Pistons will not compete. They'll probably be a 20-point blowout. But who knows? Warriors almost lost to the Pelicans. They probably would have if it wasn't for a late missed call on Draymond Dirty Man Green. Now we got Wizards Bucks. I'm picking the Bucks here. Heat Pelicans. Anthony Davis, he's going to defend home court. Probably solidify his case for MVP. Doesn't mean he's going to win it. We have Kings Timberwolves. I'm picking the Kings. Hawks Nuggets. Picking the Hawks. Raptors Jazz. I figure like this is a closer game than it looks, but I'm picking the Raptors. 76ers Suns. Phoenix might be a young team, but I feel like they can defend home court against a weak 76ers team. Spurs Trailblazers. Now this is where I feel like the Spurs get back into a rhythm, beat the Trailblazers on the road, and then the Mavs Clippers, where the Clippers proceed to defend home court against the Mavs because the Mavs are absolute garbage. They will probably be one of the first teams eliminated from playoff contention, probably soon after the All-Star game also. Then next, obviously, I told you Christmas Eve there's no games, so that Saturday nothing. Then that Sunday we have a slate of 5 games. The 10 hours of basketball, I believe they're advertising it as. We have the Celtics at Knicks. I'm picking my Celtics here. Warriors Cavs. I think Warriors are going to get slight redemption over the blown 3-1 NBA Finals lead, mainly because they're a better team. Don't know how they lost after winning 3-1 because they are a better team, but that's what makes the playoffs so exciting is the better team doesn't always win because that's why it's an upset. Then we have Bulls Spurs. Bulls are just playing kind of garbo right now, and I don't think they can beat a good defensive team like the Spurs. Timberwolves Thunder. I think Westbrook's going to get a Christmas triple-double. That's what Santa Claus is going to put in his stocking. Then we have Clippers Lakers. Battle for LA. And if this was like 6-7 years ago, I'd pick the Lakers all day, every day. But it's now, so I'm picking the Clippers. Lakers probably will not compete. I repeat, they probably will not compete. Then come that Monday after Christmas when we're all feeling all stuffed up on that ham food, giddy, playing with our new presents and shit. We have a slate of 11 Christmas hangover games, which is going to be fun. We have Bucks Wizards. I'm picking the Bucks here. We have Grizzlies Magic. I'm picking the Grizzlies because they are one of the better teams in the West. If they can't get a top 4 seed, they will be a seed you do not want to face in the first round because they will, even if you beat them, they will probably wear you down because they are a physical team. Then we have the Hornets Nets. Brooklyn kind of bad this year, so I'm picking the Hornets even though the Hornets are pretty bad this year. We got Cavs Pistons. I feel like the Cavs get it together after a couple days after whooping at the hand of the Warriors. Pacers Bulls. I'm picking the Bulls because they're at home. Mavs Pelicans. Picking the Pelicans, obviously. They're at home. Mavs suck. I've said that like 5 times already in this video. Mavs suck. Suns Rockets. Picking the Rockets. I think they're too good of a team, and James Harden's playing too good. Probably the league MVP at this point. We have Hawks Timberwolves. I'm picking the Timberwolves as kind of an upset pick over the Hawks. I don't know. I feel like at home, I feel like they're young guys and they're gonna get it together soon. Who knows? It could be one of those teams where they have a lot of potential, but they never live up to it. Raptors Blazers. Sorry, Lillard. I don't mean to, but I'm picking the Raptors. No, actually, I completely mean to. I'm picking the Raptors. Nuggets Clippers. Picking the Clippers again at home. They have a good, nice home stretch, getting a lot of home cooking after Christmas. Kind of feel bad that a lot of these teams have to travel right after Christmas, even if they get to spend Christmas at home. Then we have 76ers Kings. I'm picking the Kings at home because DeMarcus Cousins will be too much for Joel Embiid and all them crazy Sixers. And then after that, we have 4 Tuesday games. So a lot of teams have a day off where either they can go home or spend with loved ones or whatever. It might not be the exact holiday, but it's close, so it's not so bad. We got Grizzlies at Celtics. I'm picking the Grizzlies here. I said before, they are probably one of the better physical teams in the West, even if their record doesn't depict them as one of the best. Thunder Heat, picking the Thunder against the Heat. Rockets Mavs. I will say it for a record time. Mavs suck. Huge fucking testicles. Then we got Jazz Lakers. I feel like the Jazz are a pretty good team. They'll probably be the 6th or 7th seed in the West. Probably get eliminated first round too, but I think they're going to win on the road against the Lakers, so I think that's going to be a road sweep. Then we have Wednesday, 10 games going on. We have Pacers, Wizards. I'm picking the Wizards. Hornets, Magic. I'm picking the Magic at home here. I'm starting to really be impressed with how Biyombo and Ibaka are working together. Don't really know if Biyombo's gonna starting more and playing more minutes, but it's hard when you have so many good big men there. Hawks, Knicks. I'm picking the Hawks to defend home court. Bucks, Pistons. Picking the Bucks to beat the Pistons on the road. Nets, Bulls. Picking the Bulls at home. Clippers, Pelicans. Picking the Clippers on the road against the Pelicans. No matter how good Anthony Davis is, I don't think they're a full unit yet, and you need a full unit to beat a team like the Clippers. Suns, Spurs. Spurs are going to take it at home. They don't lose often at home, and when they do, it's most likely against a great team like the Warriors or something. Timberwolves, Nuggets. Picking the Timberwolves to beat the Nuggets. Kings, Blazers. Picking the Kings to lose to the Blazers. Sorry. Blazers are going to win. Probably Lillard going to get player of the game. Raptors, Warriors. Picking the Raptors here. No, I'm picking the Warriors here. God, I went crazy. Sorry, I've been looking up statistics and games all morning. This is why I'm not recording until probably 2:30, 3 o'clock p.m. My brain's about fried already. Hey, look at that. 51 out of 70. That's pretty damn good. Okay, yeah. Warriors easily over the Raptors. They don't have anybody that matches up well against Curry, Green, Thompson, Durant, or any of those guys, let alone one of them, or the whole unit. Then at Thursday, we have a small slate. We have 6 games. We have Celtics, Cavs. I'm picking the Cavs. Celtics are still up and coming. I don't think they have the full chemistry, but neither do the Cavs. They're slipping. Heat, Hornets. I'm picking the Hornets at home because they're at home. That's the only reason. Then we have Thunder, Grizzlies. I'm picking the Grizzlies at home. Sixers, Jazz. I'm picking the Jazz because, like I said before, they're a pretty good team. We have Raptors, Suns, and Mavs, Lakers. I'm picking the Raptors to beat the Suns on the road and Lakers to beat the Mavs at home because I will say it yet again, the Mavs are garbage. And if you are a Mavs fan, then I will give you a tissue because you're probably going to be crying a lot of tears by the end of the year. Dirk should have retired when the Mavs were good. Now he's just going to go down like Kobe, where they're a great player, but they're playing on terrible teams. And next we have Heat at Celtics. I feel like the Celtics might rest some people against the Cavs where it's a back-to-back. So I feel like they'll beat the Heat. Bulls, Pacers, picking the Bulls on the road. Nets, Wizards, 2 bottom teams. I'm picking the Wizards because they're at home. Maybe I shouldn't, but I will. Knicks, Pelicans. I feel like Anthony Davis has this one. The matchup of him against either Porzingis or whoever is going to be a good one. Drew Holiday maybe against Derrick Rose would be also good if they're both playing. And they have Clippers, Rockets. I think Harden keeps home court here and plays them well. I feel like the Clippers might mess up a little bit picking the Rockets. Then we have Bucks, T-Wolves, picking the Bucks. Pistons, Hawks. I'm picking the Hawks here. Then we have Blazers, Spurs. Sorry, Lillard, picking the Spurs. Sixers, Nuggets, picking the Nuggets. And Mavs, Warriors. We have possibly the worst team in the league against possibly the best. Picking the Warriors here, obviously. Once again, I'll say it again. Mavs are garbage. Hashtag Mavs garbage. Now, that's it for the front of the page because I have this written as small print as possible. But I still had to put some on the back page, and it's the last 4 days. We have New Year's Eve, New Year's, then we have the day after New Year's, and then Tuesday. So first, New Year's Eve, I'm picking the Grizzlies over the Kings on the road. Bucks are gonna lose in Chicago to the Bulls. We have the Cavs beating the Hornets in Charlotte. We have the Rockets beating the Knicks in Houston. Jazz beating the Suns in Utah. Clippers beating the Thunder in Oklahoma City, but it's probably gonna go either way here. Then New Year's, we have Spurs beating the Hawks on the road. In fact, this is a road sweep day, just like a couple other days. It's going to be a road sweep or a home sweep. It's going to be a road sweep. I have Pistons beating the Heat, Magic beating the Pacers, Blazers beating the T-Wolves, Raptors beating the Lakers. To me, I feel like these matchups aren't fair because there's one team that's clearly better than the other. And when it is close with, let's say, the Magic and Pacers, you have a team in the Pacers that perform subpar almost every game. Like, they have not lived up to their potential, and probably maybe they have in 1 or 2 games this year. That's it. So I don't feel safe picking them, even if they played the Sixers. I'd probably pick the Sixers over them. Now that Monday we have Thunder Bucks. I'm picking the Thunder. I am picking the Cavs to beat the Pelicans in Cleveland. I'm picking the Jazz to beat the Nets in Brooklyn. Picking the Magic to lose to the Knicks in New York. Bulls are going to beat the Hornets. Rockets, Wizards, picking the Rockets. Clippers going to beat the Suns in LA. Warriors are going to defend home court against Nuggets because they're just going to overpower them. Probably take that record for most three-pointers in a game against or away from the Rockets, who just set that recently. Next, we have the last day, the day when I should be back, but I don't know if I'll have time to record, so I'm picking that too. We have the Jazz at Boston. I'm picking the Celtics here. Both probably slightly above average teams. T-Wolves, Sixers. I'm picking the T-Wolves here. Timberwolves. Sorry, this has been talking for a while. Pacers, Pistons. I'm picking the Pistons here. Wizards, Mavs. I don't know why. I've been saying the whole video Mavs are garbage because they are garbage. They are pure garbage. But the Wizards are also filthy, so I'm picking the Mavs here because they're at home. And that's the only reason. Raptors, Spurs. I'm picking the Spurs to beat the Raptors here. Can't call it an upset because I said before, Spurs defend home court pretty well. Then we have Kings, Nuggets. I'm picking the Nuggets here because, you know, they might find a couple golden nuggets in the game. Heat, Suns. I'm picking the Heat on the road. Like I said, when their two teams are pretty close, it's hard to pick it, so you could probably go either way. Then we have Grizzlies at Lakers. Grizzlies are one of the better West teams. I keep saying this. I'm going to pick them against the Lakers. And I believe that is the 130th pick of the video, which means the video's over. So if you watched it this long and you watched all the picks and you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section down below. What's your reason? Why do you agree? Why do you disagree? How do you think I'm gonna do? Don't forget to leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you're new, if you like this kind of video. If not, that's fine. You can leave a like and not subscribe. It's cool either way. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna call it a video, and I shall see you guys in 2.5 weeks. Might be able to post sooner, but obviously you'll see if I do or not. Anyway, guys, see you in the next video. Peace.